Good morning, fellow traders. Bubblehead here. It's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Friday, June the 26th, 2020. I hope everybody had a good night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we're at, where we left off in the market yesterday. So here's the SPX. So green month so far. We've got a few days left in the month and 1 day left in the week. Let's take a look at that weekly chart. Inside week so far with a doji harami right now. So let's see how that ends up closing today. It should be an interesting day today. We're over the 30 weekly moving average and see where that goes. We've got some economic numbers coming out today. Unemployment number, job numbers. So that should be interesting, and we'll just see where it goes today. Let's take a look at the daily chart. You can see we've had a V recovery right here. Now they're saying the V recovery is over, right? So I guess they're saying the V has to go all the way up to the top. But I mean, I would say that was a pretty good V recovery right there. So taking a little bit of pause right here as we get below the upper trend line. I saw a pullback here to the 200-day moving average, and we got a bounce off of it yesterday and closed over the 21-day. So let's see if that gets any follow through today to try to take out this candle and maybe work on that gap and maybe turn the week green, which would be pretty interesting. So anything could happen in the course of a day, and it is Friday. So we'll see how that goes today. Let's take a look at the SPY. All right, so SPY again, still in the trend box right here. It's broke down the trend line. Nice bounce yesterday off of its 200-day moving average. Let's see what it's doing here pre-market. So crazy little down move last night, but just a glitch, right? So it's back up to where we were, where we left off yesterday. So let's see how that goes in the open. See if it gets tight. Maybe it's ready for another move to the upside. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. Okay, so S&P futures, same thing. So we had that big triangle last night, right? We talked about this. We broke above it and then broke down below it. So, and this level is obviously, as we say, any of these kind of consolidated triangles right here become very important. So you can see here's right at the center of the triangle. So we broke down above it. Look at that, a V recovery last night too. Pretty impressive stuff. So bear flag down, right? Last night, worked its way up, retested the flag, back down again, held the, retested the breakout levels, the scene of the breakout right there. You got a V recovery right off of it. So obviously some good buying pressure in this area. Plunge protection team must have their algos turned on right at that level right there. So we got to move up here, and now we're basically consolidating this zone. So we'll see how it goes going into today. The MES, same thing, obviously, but let's just kind of keep an eye on a couple geo lines right here. Not as this is the actual trend line itself, but let's just put a geometric line right here to see it might be working on a sideways head and shoulder. So let's see how that goes going into today. Let's take a look at the Qs. Hanging in there, so again, pretty close to, I mean, this thing's already hit all-time highs, where this was a true V reversal right there. If anything was a V reversal, the Qs was a V reversal. I mean, it just blew through the prior all-time high on the move up from the Corona crash. So, I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? So you got, stocks, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, all these stocks hitting all-time highs, NVIDIA, Netflix, I mean, all these stocks hitting all-time highs. So, I mean, it's strong. I mean, it is what it is. So it's hanging up over these levels. It had a little V reversal last night, too. It looks like it might be opening up flat. The big one to kind of keep an eye on today is the IWM, right? So that had a little bit of a reversal last night, too. But the banks had a stress test yesterday. And the Fed basically said that they survived the stress test. But any more pandemic issues could lead to some really big problems with it. They even recommended, not doing dividends and stopping buybacks and stuff like that. So it could be interesting right there. So let's see how that goes into the future here. So good. So there's IBM. Let's take a look at some of the stocks, see how they're behaving this morning. So we got Apple. Apple's actually up here a little bit here this morning, so it's looking pretty good. Let's see if I can get some strength and work its way back up to all-time highs if they want to today. Maybe it'll be a busy Friday. Tesla working its way up here, getting some nice follow through from yesterday's green candle. I mean, if you just look at yesterday's candle, it's just a great recovery off the 21-day. You can also consider that the mid-Bollinger Band. You can also call it, look at this as the upward trend line right here, which is actually a little bit off. There we go. Should be basically right there. So basically a bounce off the upper trend line, the 21-day moving average, and just got some strength yesterday. So it's getting some follow through on that. So good for Tesla. Let's take a look. JP Morgan, that's one of the big banks right there. So this one was down yesterday on the stress test. The only one that was actually up after the stress test that we saw was Morgan Stanley. So that's kind of hanging in there a little bit after that one. But just kind of keep an eye on the banks today. They were strong yesterday, and then they got hammered after hours. So nice little trick that they played on those ones going into today. So keep an eye on those. If Morgan Stanley can't hold it, might work its way back and kind of pull its way down too. We got a couple upgrades and downgrades. AVGO. Broadcom got an upgrade this morning. That's up nicely here this morning. So keep an eye on that one for a potential 15 orb trade. Xilinx also had I believe it had a Evercore. They downgrade, so they got a downgrade this morning. I think a little bit of a tick down here. So let's see how that goes going into today. DKNG. DKNG, I believe, actually got an upgrade this morning. Rosenblatt, an initiation, but with a buy rating, so at 60. So a little bit of a nice price target, initiation with a high price target on it. So let's see if DKNG can finally get a move going on this one, because yesterday we talked about it on the live stream, was the line in the sand. INO, the most popular one to trade right here. So this one, yesterday Citron was down on it. At the end of the day, Kramer was down on it. So this is going to be in play today, more than likely, right? So it continued to work up even after that negative commentary, and this morning they got a downgrade. So price target rate. Okay, well Stifle. Okay, that's weird. So they downgraded it, but gave it a price target increase. They said downgrade to hold from buy, but we still need 24 is the increase. Anyway, so it's downgrade on this one. So let's see how that goes. It should be very, very interesting, right? We're right above. It's holding yesterday's close. So a breakdown below there, this morning pre-market could see, Robinhood sellers selling, and we might see a big flush on it. So just be careful with INO going into today. Let's definitely see what the daily candle sets up as. A couple other ones. eBay's been on a rampage recently, so it got an upgrade here this morning. I don't really know what the deal is with this one. Maybe there's gonna be a buyout on it or something like that. But it's a upgrade this morning on eBay. Does anyone even use eBay? I don't know. Boeing downgrade this morning, but hanging in there. Nike earnings. So, but down off of earnings right there. So, bad retail store sales, but increased digital sales. So, look for it. It's not down that much. So look for a potential reversal today. Also, keep an eye on RAD. Not earnings yesterday. I believe to see if it gets continuation today. I mean, this had an amazing candle yesterday. So let's see if I can get some fall to the upside. It's done it before. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on going to today. And last, I know we got a lot today, but it's a busy Friday. SPCE hanging out in the triangle right here. But I believe it is in play. They had their first little flight type stuff yesterday, and it could be an interesting one. I don't know if there's any upgrades or anything like that today. So they just completed their second flight from Spaceport America. So it should be interesting here. That might be in play today as well. So gonna be an interesting one, guys. So I hope everybody has a great Friday. And looking forward to the trading day today. So I hope everybody is too. And we'll catch you guys on lunchtime market update. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.